Hi everybody, welcome to a new video. I hope people have been doing really well. My name is Becky and today is part 2 of my, I'm not even quite sure what I called it, decluttering through my home as a minimalist enthusiast. I love minimalism. It is one of my, as a neurodivergent person especially, it is one of my special interests. And if I had the choice, myself and my family and this home would be an extreme, possibly furniture-free minimalist home, but I do live with 3 other people, being my spouse and our 2 children who are 8 and 15, and we all have different needs and requirements around this home. So for those of you who might not have seen last week's video, please go check out my channel. I film and edit on my phone. So that's why, you know, the quality is not as great as some other YouTubers, a lot of other YouTubers, but that's the whole point. I'm a minimalist, so I don't have a fancy camera. I don't have a computer or a laptop. I do have an iPad, but I'm filming on my phone, and so I edit on my phone and upload from my phone. So we're going to be going in through the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen at the moment. As I said, we are somewhat of a minimalist family. At the moment, the reason that I'm doing this little series is because I've noticed that since I've been working full-time, I'm not really in the house as much during the day, over the weeks, and from doing family daycare, things have come into the home and I'm feeling very claustrophobic, which is why I love minimalism and extreme minimalism, because it helps with feeling claustrophobic and overwhelmed. And I just noticed that there's a lot of stuff in the house that I wanted to declutter, and I thought, hey, I'm going to share this with all of you. So it is currently midday on Saturday. I haven't really done much housework. I've cleared the benches from breakfast and stuff like that. Now, I just wanted to put a disclaimer. My 15-year-old said, I'm going to comment on this video and say that this was a fake setup because I vacuumed some crumbs from one of the kitchen drawers that happened to fall in there today. So Miko, just letting you know, because that's their YouTube channel name, just letting you know that I vacuumed because I let crumbs go into the cupboard. So this is real life. You will see that there are crumbs in the house. Haven't mopped the floors. And yeah, I'm not going to set up everything perfect when I'm literally coming in to declutter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you around and we're going to get into the kitchen and I'll give you a bit of an overview on what the kitchen currently looks like. And then I will go through off camera and find things that I want to declutter, set the kitchen back up, and then we'll have a look afterwards. Okay, so this is currently what our kitchen looks like. You will see that you see my other videos. Oops, I just knocked the vacuum cleaner that I just used with my foot. You've probably seen our house before, so this is kind of a lounge roomy area. That will be in next week's video. You know, we had friends over last night. I've got some washing over there, but that's going to be next week's. This week we're focusing on the kitchen. We have an older fridge and we have our automatic sensor bin there, and this is a bag of recycling. So let's get in and I'll just show you what we're currently looking at. So this and the other drawers were the 2 drawers that I currently vacuumed, but now this is a family of 4, so 2 adults, 2 children, or 1 child and 1 teen. Cutlery drawers, we got some knives and things in through here. You know, the usual cooking utensils. We do have 2 spatulas for very specific reasons. There's one here and then one down the bottom here. This is for some of our non-stick things, and this is for regular pans. However, come to realize that we might not even need that one. So that is something that I will be asking Kyle, my husband, to whether or not they want to keep that or not. We've got a drawer down here. This is just baking paper. And this is the classic junk drawer. Every home has it. It's one of those drawers where you just shove things into. I hate it. It has like bins in here, some foil, another thing of bins, and you know, like bills and whatever. Dishwasher, that's empty because I've just emptied it. Going here under the sink. Now, this is sort of one of my disaster areas, so it'll be interesting to see. Oh my gosh. It'll be interesting to see what I can get rid of through here. I can already see things that I'm going to get rid of already. These are things that I obviously see every day, but then I always say to myself, I will get back to it. I'll get back to it. Here up at the sink, I've still got some dishes to do. Got my 15-year-old's Starbucks mug cup thingy, grater and some plants. Down here, sorry, here's the recycling bin. This is where our plates and bowls are. These are still left over. These two are left at, that was our bin. These two are left over from when I was running family daycare, and this is actually mine because I like plates that have separated compartments. I have a wooden plate over there. That's mine also. We've got that was the bin. Oh my gosh, we've got a cooler bag over here, which we never use. And yeah, oh my gosh, this bin is sensing that I'm there. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then behind where I was standing, this is the other side of the kitchen. This is our food cupboard. I'm not going to be going through this today because I only just went through, any outdated food about a week and a half ago. So everything here is fine. So I'm not going to go through any of that. Now, this is where our microwave and our kettle and stove is. This is a trouble spot for me. I have currently 1 mug. My daughter has 2 and Henry has 3, I think. So up here is kind of a bit of the trouble spot. This was a gift from the kids to me. This was a gift from at our wedding. This is something that I bought from an op shop or thrift store. I don't use any of these at all. I'm going to declutter these because they were a gift. I will talk to Kyle about that later. And I'm going to talk to the kids because the kids bought me that and this at previous times over the last couple of years, and I never use them. They literally just sit up there doing absolutely nothing. And I do love them. I love them very much, but this is like a cookie jar. It's like a big teapot cookie jar or something, but the cookies don't, if I do have cookies, they don't stay fresh in there. So it's just a decorative thing. Those cake stand things, which I absolutely love. Again, I have to have a conversation with my children about that because it was a gift that they gave me a couple of Mother's Day, a couple of years ago. I don't want to make any decisions without consulting them first to see how they feel. This is where the spices are. Down up here, this is another area. So I just realized that I have this here from when I was doing family daycare, so that will come down. We've got our first aid kit here. We've got teapots for one. This is our eldest, our 15-year-old. This one's mine, and this is a variety of like tea thingies. On the bench here, sugar, monk fruit, like sugar replacement, breads. And down here is pots and pans and all that sort of stuff, baking trays. Again, this is an area that I know exactly what I'm going to get rid of because there's just stuff that I just don't use and it's just taking up so much room. And that's it for that. And then we have our old fridge, which, we've had for years. Actually, this was actually in my husband's family for some time as well. So that's the kitchen at the moment. I'm going to go through the areas and I'm going to see what I'm going to declutter, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I'm going to get rid of. Then I will tidy up the kitchen, put things back that I want, and we'll have a look at the end of that afterwards. Also, I just wanted to point out, and I probably will mention at the end of the video as well, that if there's anything that I am going to keep, it's not like as if they're going to be there forever. So I will always review and see how I feel every couple of months, if I've used it or not. If I don't, I get rid of it. So yeah. Okay, so that was a little bit of an adventure. As you can see here, I've got a few things, well, quite a few things that I'm going to be getting rid of today. And then up the top, I have a few other things that I found in drawers that I no longer want. So like, this is a lot of stuff of things that have basically just been sitting around for a while, either, you know, not using, even though I could potentially have used like some of the baking things, but I never did. And even other things like from work and stuff when I was running family daycare, like the money tin and all that sort of stuff that, yeah, just I don't need anymore. So let's go through and have a look. So through the drawers down here, I found some old balloons. There were these old measuring spoons that we didn't need. Some cookie stamping stuff that, you know, we don't celebrate Christmas. Old guides and stuff like that for Kyle's piano. There's all these like little bits and pieces here. An old spoon, like a wooden, like a bamboo spoon. These were some other ones that we had that was just in the house. These were something that Kyle had bought that they no longer need anymore. This is an old paintbrush. Actually, it's technically a brand new paintbrush. When I go through the rest of the stuff, I'm actually going to show you some of the things that I'm going to donate to my workplace because I know that they'll be able to use it. So we've got some chalk. I want to get rid of that. We don't really have an area for my own children here at home to use, so they don't really need it. We've got like one of these little milk jugs that I bought from an op shop years ago. Down here, we've got a heat lamp from when we used to own a tree frog. We've got a couple of bits and pieces here. Those just the disinfectant wipes, they're staying because I was just using them to wipe out some of the benches and cupboards. These are like old plastic containers that were just at the bottom of the cupboard. These are a lot of like lids and other lids that we no longer have bottoms for. This was a chemical file of all the chemicals that I had in my home when I was running family daycare. I've got a couple of baking trays there where I'm gonna, this one here and these two I'm gonna give to my workplace because I'm sure the children will be able to play with them in home corner at work. We've got a couple of old racks, an old cookie tray that's starting to get a little rusty. And then over here, just these things here. I'm going to see if any of my friends want this little tea set. I love it, and I've always wanted a tea set like this, but the cup is so tiny, and I don't have a teapot that goes with it or anything like that, that I don't use. As much as they're beautiful, they have no purpose. So I'm going to take a photo of some of these nicer pieces like this as a memory. I'm going to see, I think I know someone who would really love this. And this is like a little milk jug. So they're the things that I'm going to be getting rid of. I'm just going to now put either things that need to go into the bin, things that need to be donated and so forth, and I'll come back. Okay, so now that that's all cleared away, I'm going to show you through the kitchen. You'll see that there's some parts that are, you know, already so much nicer. So we'll start from the beginning, which is a very good place to start. Oh my goodness. Cutlery, as I said, there's 4 people. We have 4 of these sharper knives and then 2 like bread and butter knives, just because it's easier to sort of like make sandwiches and things like that. These knives, ideally I'd like to get nicer ones, better quality. These ones are much older now and, you know, they're, you know, starting to wear out, but they're okay for now. So we'll just use them until they're not okay. We're down to 1 spatula. We did get rid of the metal one because a lot of the things that we have are non-stick to cook on, and there's no point in having metal when you can't use metal utensils. So, can opener. This is our AeroPress coffee maker, and this is a drip one. So these are our 2 forms of coffee making. This is a drawer that had the baking paper and the foil, etc. Now this is the stick blender that we had. I got rid of the attachments that had a whisk on it because I never use it. If I need to whisk anything, I always use the beaters that's in the other cupboard. but the stick blender does come with the actual like stick blender part, so I was obviously going to keep that. And then down here, which is very improved, was the junk drawer. These will need to go into the shed in the garage later on, but I'll do that another time. Nothing in the dishwasher as before. Down here, this is so much nicer. There was so much stuff in here that was just kind of hidden under things, and this was an area that I kept forgetting to come back to. So it's now a lot tidier. We have a couple of products and stuff that we need, like fly spray stuff. We've got some Glen 20 over here. We mainly have that because Kyle does teach at home, so you know, we do have like students that come in and stuff. It's just kind of good to sort of, you know, sterilize, because you know, when you're working with kids, there's you know coughs and sneezes and all that sort of stuff. So paper towels, didn't realize that we had 2 packets there. We've got a few cleaning products down here that are sort of things that we don't use very often, but when we do, these are the products that we do choose to have. So yeah, that's what we got at the moment. And then down here, the cloths here are just some old tea towels. So instead of just throwing away, we use them for if we spill something on the floor. So they're not using for for our dishes. They're just for like floor stuff. And we have some scourers. We have shopping bags. This hasn't changed because we didn't really have that much anyway. So we do have 3 plates for the 4 of us, for the big dinner plates, because we currently did accidentally break one the other day. We're down to 3. We do have 4 of these bowls. That's my wooden bowl and a couple of small plasticky plates that we use. We do have 2 of these little side dish bowls that I bought ages ago, so they're kind of handy for like little snack things. We have these things here. Actually, I should get rid of those ones. They are like lava lamps, but like volcano lava lamps. This is a sandwich press and blender, and Kyle's kind of like cooler. This is the bin, just keeps opening and closing. This needs to be closed. All right, up here. Not a huge amount has changed up here, mainly because I'm not going to be getting rid of this. This was mine that was in the other cupboard. Got the drinking cups. That's my mug. So really I have 1, 2 cups like for myself. I don't really use this very often, but I'm still going to keep it for now. And I just have my mug there. The spices are the same. Cleared this out a little bit, just ever so slightly. Down here, this is a humidifier essential oil thingy that belongs to my eldest. I need to find the bottom of it and see if they still want to keep it. Down here, so much better. So as you could see in the section earlier where I had a lot of like things to throw out, like containers, baking stuff that I never used and all that sort of stuff. So that looks so much nicer now. And we do have the wok still in the sink needing to be washed because it's soaking at the moment. And then this is so nice now. So we homeschool, so technically the children don't need lunch boxes anymore. This one at the back was daughter's for when she was at school. I've decided to keep that for any car trips that we might want to have. So you put that into the freezer, and it's got its own like ice gel packs in the frame of the lunchbox itself. So I'm going to keep that for now. We haven't used it for about a year or so, but we'll see how we go. It could eventually go, but we'll see what happens. These are my lunch boxes that I tend to take for work. Obviously staying, we've got a steamer up here, my kitchen scales, the paper filters for our AeroPress. We do have a metal one as well, but we like to alternate between the paper and the metal one. This attachment here is part of the stick blender. And these are some lids. Now, we've got some containers in the fridge that have like foil, that have been sealed with foil. So once they're all emptied and clean, I will see if there's any like partners to these lids. A lot of those lids are going to actually be decluttered at some point. So that just looks so nice. I love that. So as there was a whole bunch of stuff here that I was decluttering. Now, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about this just yet, but I am going to be giving that to a friend. I've just asked her if she wanted it, and yeah, she wants it. So these are some dishes here from lunch things and stuff like that. Like I said, it's real life. It's my family's, you know. This is the other bowl. We actually use these quite regularly, so they're really good for like sauces and like dipping sauces and whatnot. That's from our AeroPress. That can go there for now. And yeah, so that's what we're currently looking at the moment. All right, so that was my kitchen. It feels so much better to get rid of all those things. I kind of can't believe how much there was actually to get rid of. As I've said before in other videos and today's videos, like, you know, sometimes things just happen and things accumulate, especially when you live in, you know, we're in a 4-bedroom home with as a family of 4, you know, just things accumulate. And so that's okay. That's just life. It's just kind of keeping on top of it, which I haven't been able to do. But yeah, so that was very enjoyable, at least for me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Next week, we're going to be going into the lounge room. I don't really think it's going to be a very long video because there's not really that much there. But I hope you will keep watching. Stay tuned for next week. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I will see you soon. Bye.